everybody.
Wow.
Hi, my friends.
What's up, guys?
I'm taking over Twitch text chat.
Oh, good. Oh, thank God. How's everyone doing today? Hi, Eugene. Hi, it's Fusion. Hi, Strufin. Hi, Sagano.
It's Phil.
Hi, is that Justin? JW Sid?
I don't see Justin. Yeah, JW Sid. I didn't see his name yet.
Yeah.
All right.
Hey,
Well,
we already got
see
a
you
fucking
later.
sub.
Hello,
Dude.
OBZ0. I loves
How's
big
it going,
bumps.
everybody?
Sheesh.
Yeah.
What do you guys think about
They
Austin's
sure do.
beautiful white coat shirt thing?
Yeah, let us know what you think of my white coat.
Hit F for white coats.
Phil's got a chorus effect going.
Do I?
Really? How is that possible?
I wonder if I'm coming through your audio also.
Let me check it out.
Could be my suspicion.
Advanced audio properties. We're doing it, guys. We're trying to figure it out. Phil's good. Phil is God. Oh, cool.
I'll
Doubled
just
audio.
not talk
Oh, interesting.
until we figure it out.
Could it be that active sources only? How about now?
Yeah, this is pre-recorded, Sagano.
Yeah, we're pre-recording this right now. Does Phil sound better?
It's probably a double slap.
What about now?
Oh, what's up, Manda? Am I still
Hey,
a
what's up,
double?
Amanda? Much better. Okay, cool. I know why.
You can't route me through.
I had you going on Discord. I'm just gonna mute that. Nice. Pew, 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 pew. Misha.
Oh, now I see Justin. What's up, man? Let's play video games later.
Dude, hell yeah. Okay, good. He sounds better. I love to hear it. We're waiting on James, which I'm just gonna text him right now. Just get everyone go on our Discord and tag James Plays Drums and just blow his phone up.
I'll do it.
Sweet. Thank you guys for being here. This is crazy. And yeah, we got a record out on Friday. I don't know. What can we say about it? Anything at all?
I have a lot to say about it, but how far do you want me to go?
We can say a lot about it. I think this is the platform for it.
You can go the whole distance, yeah. Go for
I'm
it.
going to go the distance. I was a fan of the band
Hercules it.
before I knew you, Austin
Yeah.
and Kyle, and then auditioned to join the band. And for me, Terrapin was like the ultimate. I loved Terrapin, and I still love Terrapin. I never really got into Return of Inertia, but I think that was a lot of people's entry point into listening to this music, or to this band's music. And I couldn't get past the production on it. So for me, that's sort of where my story starts, is fan of the band. Now being part of it's like a really special experience for me. And then being able to improve upon what sort of started Outrun the Sunlight sort of makes it extra special for me. So I'm not the bass player on Terrapin, but now I can be the bass player on Return of Inertia, which is really special. And it's almost like it was meant to be, Austin, because there was no bass on it originally.
Right. Yeah.
And so for me, like, it's a really proud, like, I feel very proud of the performance on this re-recording. I think for me, and this is like a very egotistical thing to say, it's my favorite thing I've done on bass. So I'm like really proud of the bass part writing for it. Are you laughing at me? Because
no, I don't know if you're
I'm
getting
wrong.
the sound effects coming through the screen right now, but someone just cheered yay for you.
Oh, thanks.
No,
Yeah,
it's so I feel the genuineness of it. I love it so much, man. Yeah, it was such a pleasure to
Well,
have you
I don't
play
know.
on
Like,
it.
we were actually streaming. This is like before we started doing Twitch stuff, but I would go on YouTube and stream myself writing the bass parts.
Oh yeah.
So there is like a little bit of this documented, which I think you may have deleted, but
They're maybe just private or something.
yeah,
I'm sure
But I
they're
loved
there.
like that was special to be able to do that in like a public way.
Yeah.
of like create a thing. Or, I don't know. Anyways, I'm proud of the bass parts. I think the other like big throwdown that I'll make is I think this might be my new favorite Outrun album. It went from worst to first. I still love Terrapin. I think it's hard to say because like to me Terrapin is like such like it's like a marker in the ground of like what I think this band sounds like. It's like nobody else really does that. But I think Return of Inertia is sort of giving it a run for its money in terms of like exciting to listen to now, which I think people are about to hear.
Yeah, man. So well said.
That's where I'm at.
That's
but also
amazing.
like it was a little bit of like a pandemic project, right?
Yeah,
so,
well, definitely. Yeah. I mean,
the sad part about it is like we didn't get to have our other current members participate in it. Although James was incredible.
Yeah.
But there's something to be said for having like your band do a thing together.
Totally. Although the funny thing is like having James be the one who did it for me was really cool because like James and I kind of grew up we grew up playing the same music together, and we had never really met much, but we would like be internet friends and whatever, and just share each other's music, and we just sort of like had a bond since the beginning of like both, like he's in Aviations and I'm in Outrun the Sunlight, and we were kind of like following each other's trajectory. He was like in Berkeley and I'm in film school, and like we're both kind of doing the same thing, and like it seemed like such a natural fit because like he knew where I was coming from, I think, with this whole thing. Like it was like there was no better person to ask in that moment to be like, would you play this music? Because I didn't. Some of it was so out there, and like a few of the things that he was able to pull off, I thought like feel kind of inhuman to me because I definitely was not considering a real drummer when I wrote those drums.
Yep.
And
it shows.
Yeah, definitely. And so, I mean, I think for when I was starting the project, Eugene was asking like what inspired me to re-record it. It was boredom in the pandemic, I think, and hearing the feedback from Phil about like I don't really like this way this sounds, you know, and having it be kind of motivating to be like, well, what if it you know, what if it sounded like, and then I started. What I started doing really was rewriting the drums. I was practicing because I'd just gotten like a new, I'd got one of the GGDs, which I'd never had a really good drum library before. And I was like, well, what if like I just reprogrammed the drums and that was it? Like just to kind of like play around with that. Like it was just purely for fun and play. And then pretty soon, like I'm finding myself just sitting here at the desk, just tracking guitars for fun. And then suddenly going like, wait a second, there might be something here. What if we do it all again from the ground up with a real band? And then, you know, it could have all these different layers, and like we could bring my brother back in and like have him redo the synth for the song he did when he was, you know, 14 or 15 back in the day, and have Kyle come in and like rewrite synths, and have Phil come in and actually write bass. And imagine like, you know, I feel like I'd give you almost no notes on most of it, except maybe like we always have disagreements on what the root note is of a section, but like other than that,
that is the freeing part about this band is you've taken a direction currently, which is like let everybody do whatever they want.
Yeah.
And as a bass player, that's like really freeing because maybe I'm not going far enough because you've never really been like, hey, that's too much. Like there's like a walking bass like swing. There's like a swing bass line in one of the songs, and you're like, "That's amazing."
Yeah,
I thought you were gonna like.
There's a part where you just
cut it out,
the chromatic scale, and you were like, "I don't know, is it cool?" And I was just remember hearing it and be like, "It's fucking weird," but I'm kind of all about it. You know, it's just
I was just playing like tritones in one part. I forget what song that's in, which is like in it.
I think it's in Tosca.
You remember that?
Which is absolutely
it's like
not
completely wrong notes.
Yeah.
But it's like I don't know what else could do here. It's kind of cool.
Well, I know the guitars in that part are doing like that Gojira, like where you do the harmonics down the neck like this, you know. Oh,
James
look at
is
who we
here.
have here. Gosh, guys, look at this. James, you're live right now, buddy.
What's up, buddy?
How are you doing?
Good. How are you, man?
Dude, is that a leopard skin pocket on your shirt?
Yes.
Hell yeah.
James,
would you expect anything less from me?
No, dude, it's like that or tie-dye. Like, give it to me.
Good luck.
What's up, dude?
That's too much. That's
We
too
started the
much.
stream without you.
Oh, okay. Well, you said 8:30, didn't you?
No, I said 7:30.
But you said you're not. You said 7:30 for sound check, not like be on stream at 7:30.
No, I said 7 for sound check. Be on stream at 7:30.
Eric's
Oh,
here.
oh, okay.
Oh, Eric is here, dude.
Oh, okay.
Anything you want to say to Eric?
Oh, he just texted me. He said I
Hey
need
James,
that
I just want to say before we go any further, there's a in this stream hangout chat that we're in right now. There's a listen to link so you can listen to the audio in real time with us. Do you see that?
In the Discord chat?
Yeah, in the Discord chat. It's like an audio movers link.
Oh, in the live streamers.
Anyways, while James is figuring that out. Yeah, Kyle, talk a little bit about the synth. I'd be curious to hear it from your perspective.
Oh, it was. I had the opposite sort of experience as Phil. Where like when I met you, you guys had just done Redbird, I think. So that was like
okay.
what I knew as the sound of Outrun the Sunlight. And then listening back was like listening to Terrapin. It was like, oh, that makes sense. There's like a really clear line here. And I listened to Return from Inertia, and it was like, holy shit. This songwriting was like all crazy. It's super theatrical in like a very youthful way and very fun.
Yeah.
I don't know. So like, yeah, you asking me to do that was delightful because it was just you sending over like aux synth tracks and then me just getting to sit around and like make different versions of it and just throw them at you. Like, will this work? Can this go in the background? Can you mix this in? Can you try this out?
I mean, I will say, I think my favorite moment of yours on the record is Philo-Taxis, when you have the solo, which was like, which is fun. Like, you can't like. I've had played it for people, and they're like it's surprised. They're surprised it's a synth. Like they kind of think it might be a guitar, but there's something so like confusing and mysterious about it that I think is just like, I don't know. I've really never heard a synth solo like that ever. I think it's super unique.
It kind of rips.
Yeah. Appreciate that.
Yeah, James, how's it going over there?
Yo, I'm chilling. Which channel is the Audio Movers link in?
It's in this streams. It like in this chat. Like there's a chat in the stream hangout.
Okay, my mistake. I thought you put it in the. See, there it is.
There
Boom,
it is, baby.
Bada bing.
I don't know, dude. Where is Max? This is a good question, Eugene. I don't know where he is. I
think we should play the first track. I think we've let people wait long enough.
Yeah. James, can you you got that Audio Movers open? Can you hear it if I play the track?
Let's find out.
Let's get it going. All right. So here's the deal, guys. Here's what we were thinking we were going to do today. Since there's a good 20 of you, there is, the chance that this will go probably borderline 2 hours. And we were thinking we'd play a track and then talk about it. And does that sound okay to you guys? Like, is there something else you would want to hear? We don't really want to. We felt like us talking over the track might not be the right move. And yeah, Acute will definitely do a podcast. Send us a DM on any of our channels. But yeah, so I think we'll just start with Being Begins. It's a short one. We'll just go for it. And yeah. Okay, here we go.
I'm in.
Fine with me. I would love to hear some insight of the tracks played. Okay, cool. That's great. Let's do it. All right, here's the first track, Being Begin. James, if you can't hear it, just pause me and we'll restart it. Here we go.
Okay.
Getting a lot of outrun the gent in the chat right now.
Oh, we lost James too. Could you hear
Oh,
it,
he
James?
came back. He came back.
Dude,
Nothing worked.
That was so funny for me, actually.
What happened?
So it worked, I would say. Worked would be a word that I would use to describe what just happened. But it was like it was slower than the OG. It was like in a triplet. It was like it was like really heavy. So
What?
I'm just
right.
gonna say that like first comment is maybe that song should have been like 30 BPM slower. I don't know. Maybe just hot take there. But
Dude, that's actually kind of a sick idea.
Fun.
Are you getting a laptop? Is that what you're doing now?
I'm plugging it into the computer that I'm sitting at.
There you go. There you go. Okay.
I'm gonna be a real boy.
Cool. What can we say about that track? I mean, I feel like when I wrote that, it was all Veil of Maya inspired, without a doubt.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I hear it.
Yeah. Yeah. Big Veil of Maya rip off.
I just think that's just like a good, like, I almost said palate starter, but that's not a thing.
Yeah.
Maybe it is.
It's
Aperitif.
No, aperitif's still after dinner. What do
I
you eat
don't
before
know.
dinner?
Pre-prative.
Appetizer?
It's a fluffer.
It's a good fluff. A little bit of fluff.
It's a good fluff.
It's like a good aesthetic starter for the rest of the piece.
Yeah. We did the anvil sound. How did we make that, Kyle?
Shit, I think we ended up literally
anvil.
using that. I mean, it's a bunch of layered metallic sounds. I don't even remember them all.
Yeah.
It was like people hitting random sheets of metal, anvils. It might have been a doorknob. I don't know. We like layered a bunch of stuff and cut it up with EQ and compressed the hell out of it.
Yep. James,
Yeah.
you still there,
What's
buddy?
up? Yeah, I'm here. I'm chilling, dude.
All right.
Vibing.
Dude, we were talking before the thing started about like your involvement in all this, and I was just saying that like you and I kind of grew up together with this music. You know, just like having our bands be sort of flying along together in some ways, and that you were just the perfect person. You know, like it just couldn't have been a better pick.
Well, I remember I remember that I feel like this I remember that you were like on the fence about letting me do it. I feel like there was a moment that I had to convince you that I was like, yo, you should let me play drums on this. And you're like, oh no, I'm just gonna program it. I'm a lazy boy. Like it's fine. Dude, and then I have the original video. And I remember I was just like, you know what, fuck it. I'm just gonna show them that these are better with real drums. And then I just straight up like learned this one and another song and just like tracked video versions of them.
Oh yeah,
real quick.
You did Ambivalence.
Yeah, and this. And I remember like sending them to him like, yeah, dude. See? And then you're like, yeah, these would be cool if like some of the parts weren't really sloppy. And I was like, damn, you got me. I was like, dude, I put this together in like an hour, man. Come on.
Oh,
like,
man, I totally forgot about that. That's fucking amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Man, crazy. Well, I feel like that's a good anecdote. Let's keep rolling on this. So, because that was a short one, and let's do the one that I think a lot of people are hoping to hear. This is Peter Pan Complex, and guys, if you want to get this record, you just type, I think it's like ! New music. Just pre-save it. That's all I ask. You don't need to buy it. Just pre-save it, and that does helps us a lot. All right, here we go.
Big finish.
Call back. Hey, it's Fusion. Where are you trying to get the vinyl shipped from? Oh my God, James, what is that sound?
What sound?
Dude,
It sounds like a 1/4-inch cable just being touched.
Yeah, that's
like
what it sounds
plugged
like.
into an amp. Quit touching.
Dude, there's literally no.
It sounds good now.
It sounds good now.
You fixed it.
Yeah, you fixed it.
Yeah.
Oh, Canada.
Oh,
Fuck.
oh. What?
We lost James.
Just making the mixed up with like radio signal shit.
Oh shit.
What?
Dude,
What is going on?
bro, what's happening? Do you have a computer?
I'm here now.
Okay.
No, I don't have a computer down here. I like
Oh, it's still
you threw
happening.
me for a loop, guy.
Okay, it's
Yeah, I
better.
took a note.
Yeah.
I wanted to mention the mixing. Who we should have invited him.
Paul.
Come hang. Yeah.
Should we get him on here?
Yeah, message him because I feel like the mix, which we also sort of did publicly
We
on
did,
Twitch.
yeah.
I thought the mix turned out really great, and I was actually a little bit bummed out because I listened to the WAV files for the first time in a long time this week, and I compared it to how Spotify compresses it, and it's so
Yeah.
much more dynamic in the waves by like a lot. It sounds really, really, really good, and it kind of makes me want to just delete Spotify now and just like buy, high quality raw stuff.
100%, dude. Hopefully everyone will do that. Yeah, everyone
They won't.
just please buy the record. So what can we say about that track? There's a pirate intro and then there's a cool breakdown, which the pattern of the breakdown is 8675309, which Cody thought was hilarious back in the day. It was his idea.
What an idiot.
Oh my god.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
I hate that so much.
Oh, you played it, dude. And
You talk about that
yeah,
one,
that
the
one.
like the stinty
eighth note,
thing on it.
Yeah, the eighth note patterns are, and then the zero is the the pause. To get that. No, I don't know. I can't think of it. I have to.
I thought it was like a serial number on a Pabst can. You said.
That's another breakdown somewhere. I swear that's got to be. I think it's another breakdown somewhere along the way on this record. Like I think another one was like the UPC code of like where the wild things are or something like that. Just like
So silly.
just like looking for random numbers to try and make into breakdowns.
It worked.
Yeah. How's tracking that, James?
One of the other ones is just Morse code for help.
Yep.
One of the other breakdowns.
Exactly.
Honestly, I have no recollection of tracking this song at all.
Yeah.
Like, I think I remember like a couple weeks ago. Somehow we got in the conversation of you like playing a show in New York, and you were like, "Yeah, if we do, you have to come up and play this song." And I was like, "Man, I hope not, because I don't remember any of it."
Yep.
So I
though.
literally have. I have no memory of tracking this song at all.
Do you recall coming up with the parts? Did you just get the originals and like make up your own thing to it, or how did you approach it?
He can't remember, don't you? Did you hear what he just said? He has no idea where the
Well,
hell he is.
He probably
Well,
knows how he writes parts.
Yeah, I just kind of like, well,
Oh no.
I just remember like for pretty much all the songs. I mean, the original records, right, is just like Austin programming gent drums, anyways, right? So it's pretty much just like crash cymbals on 1, 2, 3, and 4, and the snare on 3, and then the kick drum playing whatever telephone number or UPC code or whatever gent rhythm that they had for the specific song, right? Like that's pretty much all it is. So
that's all it is. That's so
pretty much.
Hey guys, take notes here.
I think
This is
Hey,
not
you
that.
were like
This is not
18.
that difficult.
But I think my job was to just kind of make it so that like kind of the base of all those like rhythms and stuff still maintains some level of, I don't know, like freshness throughout a 5-minute song. So like I think there was one part where you were doing the chugs and I like played it over 3 for like
Right.
half a second.
Yeah,
just to,
I
like,
heard that
make
at the end of the
make
end
it
of the
like
track.
the part's still the same, but it feels a little different for a hot minute, you know?
Yeah,
That was
I mean,
kind of.
I think that's exactly it too. And I honestly, maybe you remember differently. I feel like there was a few songs where I had notes, but like more or less, like I had almost no notes for you. Like again, I think it was one of those things where I was just like, I just trusted you to play what you thought sounded like would actually work and not recreate the record.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, also too, it was just kind of. I feel like I played what if you would have got real drums tracked on that record
Yeah.
10 years ago, what someone would have played. Like,
Yeah. Well, I think the cool thing about it too is that like it doesn't sound like it's not replaced.
You know,
like none of it's
no,
replaced.
I don't think I was like, oh, we're gonna make all these like we're gonna grooves now. Yeah, I would hope not. Paul. Where is Paul?
No, there was no replacement. It was all. I mean, it sounds natural to me too. It's like it's got punch, dude. I think if anyone has any questions, I'd say like during the next song, drop your questions in the chat if you have any for any of us. And let's just keep rolling on this. Next track is Ambivalence, which you guys have maybe all heard before, but we're gonna listen to and talk about it. So here we go.
Jim Hershey loves big gloves. Eddie.
I'm Mrs. Rabbit, the little feller's mother, and I've been so worried about him.
Svelte_Marvin has gifted a sub to Theme Metal Climber.
Sick.
I like it.
Yo, is it still humming now?
No.
No,
All right, chill, dude.
you're humming.
Sick.
I think
I'm really excited to see you in a couple weeks. Or a week?
a week.
1 week?
God, dude,
Monday.
next week.
Yeah.
Monday.
Dude, it's gonna be so sick. If you guys don't know, James plays in Seder, or is drumming for Seder, whatever that word is. They're playing Audio Tree next week. It's gonna be fucking sick. Anyways, let's talk about that track. So that whole entire song was literally because of my brother, who like at the time he was like 14 or 15, and he was getting his chops in GarageBand, and he was just making like weird sort of like Boards of Canada, Aphex Twin inspired electronic music, which to me, you know, to be 14 or 15 trying to make music at that age with those influences, pretty fucking good. And I just remember hearing, I don't remember what this was called originally, but he sent me some of the original track. Like he literally sent me an MP3 and the BPM, and you can hear it. It's in the original, all those synthesizers, and I just cut it up and made it into this song. I don't remember what the piece sounded like in its original incarnation, but this was definitely like me sampling him, but really long form samples, being like taking his whole entire phrases and like turning them into, you know, sections of songs, and then just writing stuff on top of it. My parents are in the chat.
Hey, parents.
Writing Bird Eating Spider, which is the name of a song that my brother and I wrote when we were like 8 and, 12. Yeah, so Sam had a ton to do with that song, which I think is it's really special for me. But I don't know, this track has like a crazy power to it that I think definitely, I mean, it comes across in the outro, but there's like so many cool, like, I don't know, like riffs and like weird guitar harmonies, and I don't know, with like the new drums now too, like you definitely added some shit that was not there. So yeah, everyone have anything to say about this track? Anyone have any questions about this track? Chat, any questions?
I like it.
Great.
I got something to say about this track.
Yeah, tell me.
I have listened to this song way too many times, and it's entirely Austin's fault.
Why?
Because originally I had already done all the drums and everything, and you were like, I'm gonna mix it. And you were using this song as your like test mix.
Oh,
and I think you sent me like 17 different versions. And I like was trying to be a good friend, and I listened to all of them. And I was after like 14, I was like, dude, I don't even know if I can be like, if I can even critically listen to this song anymore. I've listened to so many different versions of
you
like.
You were so patient with me.
And then you were like, and then you're one. I think you didn't send me one for a couple days, and you were just like, I'm just gonna get the guy who did the other record to do it. And I was like, that sounds like a sick idea. You should do that.
Yeah, I remember that too.
And
I spent so much of my life trying to mix this record without having any idea what I was doing, and I was like watching all these YouTube tutorials, and I'm like, I'm gonna do it. And then like I just like I don't know what made me give up, dude. Like, but I think probably Phil convinced me at some point. Like,
yep.
It was, yeah.
I think between probably I don't know if I like, because like you were getting like really close.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But there was always just like that one like extra 5%.
I mean, if I was,
for some reason just wasn't there.
I know if I listened to it now, I'd be like, this is wrong. This is wrong. I would be like, I would be able to see now, like, here's exactly why this didn't work. Like, it's so, and it was like me trying to learn how to mix your drums that like I had no part in recording or engineering, that I was just like, I'm just like, I'll watch Nolly mix this drum set, and then he's like mixing program drums, and I'm like, well, this isn't fucking helpful at all. Yeah. So entirely too many times.
I just remember that, and then like the first time you sent me another one from Paul, and you were like, I was like, oh, okay, yeah. Good job.
Yeah, Paul knocked
He's
it
good
out
now.
of the fucking.
And then I was like, and then I like once that, I was like, I still, I don't know. Whenever I listen to that, still, I'm just like, I remember like just riding my bike down the Hudson Parkway and like listening to just like an obsessive amount of mixes of this song every time now. Still
Guilty, dude. I fucking get that way. I really get that way. I'm trying to be better.
The only thing I have to say about that one
sick,
is it's
very
good.
tight.
I wrote a bass part in the beginning that was based off of the synth part that no longer exists. So there was like this Latin like syncopated line in the beginning of the tune that used to be the synth of the original tune, and I was like, oh, it'd be cool to have like the bass play that instead. But I thought it was going to be alongside the synth, and now it just sounds like Phil lost his mind and got into Latin jazz and played a Latin bass part in the beginning of a metal song. It kind of works.
Cool. Well, I think with that, let's move on. So we'll do the fourth track now, Psychic Cycles. Yeah, here we go. I think you guys have probably heard this one too. We just put a playthrough out for it, and this one's heavy. Coolest moment.
By the way, that was one of the trolling moments where I sent it to you as a joke, and you're like, no, that has to stay.
Sick. I have a lot to say about that song.
I like it.
The fucking vote is in, dude. Phil likes it. First thing I want to say is we forgot to record drums for this song. And I remember being in California, going through all the tracks and doing all the stuff and like feeling like something didn't seem right. And you, James, you were about to move out of your rehearsal space that had somehow gotten flooded or like wasn't working for you anymore, and you had like a day left in it, and just so everyone knows, like the reason this is important is because the mics were set up. Like he was using the same schematic, to like get these sessions done so that the record would more or less have the same sound, and we just like caught it like last day. You're supposed to be in this practice space, and you fucking played it. I don't remember how many takes it took you to do. I feel like it didn't take very long, but like you had it within a day. Like it was just done.
Dude, that was like, I hated everything about that. Yeah. I honestly, like, yeah, that sucks so much. I actually think Megan was like in the room because I was literally like packing my studio when you texted me. I was literally there packing and like literally everything. I still had like some miscellaneous stuff left to do for other projects. And I was like, all right, that's fine. Like, but like all of my like posters were gone. All of my extra stuff was packed. Like everything, just my desk, my drums, and my mics were still set up. And I remember, I literally remember, like, I was in the doorway of my studio, like, about to, like, unplug cables.
Wow.
And you were like, yo, dude, we forgot this song. And I was just like, oh, God.
If that's not, like, the universe stepping in to say that this needs to happen right now, I don't know what else is, dude. That's fucking amazing.
And also, it wasn't even, like, I don't know, like if it would have been at like my spot now and I had like, had to take mics down, I could have like set them up again or whatever. Yeah. Like we would have gotten, 95% there, we would have been fine.
Totally.
But like, this building was literally like flooding and like the room next door, like the ceiling had collapsed and there was like black mold on my floor starting to form. Like the building got condemned. So it was like, there was no like, yeah, it was bad.
Jesus Christ.
But yes, actually, that I tracked drums for that song in like probably like an hour. I think I did like 5 takes.
Yeah.
And I had like the MIDI roll. Because that song is just all double bass anyway. So I just had the MIDI roll and was like, where are the 16th notes? It's on 3. And then like I'm pretty sure Megan was just like in the corner of the room, like working on class stuff, like on the floor. Like while that happened.
Beautiful. So we got a little Megan in the room mics.
Yeah. Yes.
Amazing.
Yeah, you did a good job.
That sucked. Do it again.
You did a good job. I think that track
great.
Track turned out fucking awesome, I think. And like Phil said during the stream, like he's sending me that little bass flourish just like a joke, and me being like, "Yep, it's good. Keep it."
It's funny because a lot of the times I'll write bass parts. Most times I'm trying to write a bass part to like perform a function and like be a functional bass, which makes sense. That like
right.
Nobody's like, oh, I can't wait to like listen to that bass. So I try to like, but every now and then I get like a spurt of ego and I'll just drop it in there. And usually I like
spurts of ego, honestly.
I'll self delete those ideas. But this time I was like, oh, we're in the pandemic. Like life's terrible. Let me just troll Austin with just slap bass over everything. I kind of liked it. Now I really like it. So I kind of want to just go
honestly.
ham.
I mean, it's such a good flourish. And
I got Werner teaching me some 3-finger techniques. So I'll just be playing bleed over everything in the future.
He's taking Werner.
Man.
He's taking Werner lessons.
You better be careful with that, dude.
I know.
So for the synth,
soon you're going to be asking where the Wi-Fi is everywhere, man. You got to be careful.
Oh no! Don't want to do that. I for the synth in that song. So like the original synth was my friend in college. His name was Dave, and he was like a hip hop producer, and he was kind of into electronic music, and he made like. It was a similar scenario to my brother where he just like had made a thing, and I was like, hey, could I, write some metal over that? And he's like, sure, have it. And so that song actually was like the first iteration of that song was on our first EP when we were like when we first came out. It's called the Architecture of the Cosmos EP. I was in some sort of class in college where someone said that, like I think the teacher said that. I was like, that would be a good name for a metal record. And so we called it that. So there's like a very, 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 very old track, like version of that track that you can probably find on YouTube. That is like the very, very original iteration of Psychic Cycles.
It's very cringe. You showed it to me recently.
Oh yeah, it's super cringe. But all the pieces are there, and then also for the song, the ending is different in this version. Because I remember going to do retracks and rewrites and just feeling like that, like what I played originally was like, it just didn't feel correct anymore. And there's also a huge fade out in the track. I remember like an 80s sort of like the song fades out, which I think James and I were joking about too when we were like retracking this. Like a lot of these songs had fade outs in them. Originally, and James is like, I'm not doing any fucking fade outs. Like
that's my hard rule. I don't do any fade outs, man. Just end the damn song.
Yeah, so
just pick an ending.
I took his note and did some solid endings. This one included. So I did a rewrite, which I think was I definitely was inspired by the band Textures for the ending of this song. Trying to do a callback to the melody and all that. But yeah, Kyle, but the synths in this record or on this particular one are kind of crazy and like all over the place, and they sound so
They're
mechanical.
Like yeah, wobbly. I struggled a lot with trying that like solo-y thing, and it just like being melodic did not work at all. I eventually gave up and just like I was using the Prophet 12 for that. There's 2 like touch sliders, and then you can map like just way too many functions to the pitch bend. So I just put tons of stuff on it. So no matter what I did, it was just this like everything affected everything else. So I couldn't predict what would happen when I moved any control, and just tried to figure out over the course of like 7 takes how to manipulate that well enough. And so like the outcome is just this like super noisy pitch bend thing, which is like way more appropriate.
I mean, I love it. Yeah. It's so much more appropriate. It has such a different flavor about it. And it like the randomness feels organic,
Agreed.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Phil, I see you have a bass there.
I have many bases.
Nice. Should we do the next track? Should we do Apeirophobia? Doing pretty good on time.
Yes,
Let's do it.
But before you start that, not only do you have the stream of the OG version of that song, you have a guitar playthrough of the original version of that song.
That's the one I was saying was cringe.
Yeah, it is me.
And not only that, do I believe that is the boy playing it on an SG in this playthrough?
I am. Those original recordings were done in a drop A, like literally drop A SG, Samick SG that my dad, it was my first guitar. That was my first guitar. And that was the only guitar I had through high school. When I got it when I was like 12 or 13 or something like that. And it's actually the guitar that Pace of Glaciers was written on too. But yeah, I was like, drop A is the coolest thing ever, and I don't have enough money for a 7-string, and so I did what I had to do.
I actually took a note on that last track about drop A. I think that last one, I got mad at you because I'm like, hey, look, the frequency the fundamental frequency of a drop A on the bass guitar is like lower than you can actually hear. So we came up with a compromise, but I'm like,
tell that
it sounds stupid, but does he do a lot of drop A?
What is Warner playing?
I think like a lot of the new AV stuff is drop A actually.
It's got that Dingwall though.
Yeah, I bought that multi-scale that I don't love, so maybe I have to find out a different one.
Yeah. What did you end up going with Psychic Cycles? You end up going it in B or A?
That's in drop A.
Right, because there's that low breakdown part. Yeah, I mean, it's still like hits
I mean,
you.
sometimes it works. So I think the approach was like to play it on a standard tuning and then send it to you that way, and then wait for you to have a reaction and be like, wait a minute.
Yeah, right. Just
So a lot of the times
waters.
a lot of the times I snuck it through. As
Yeah,
a
exactly.
standard tuning.
Our
That one did not work.
Our contentious points are always what is the root note and is it drop A or B?
Is it drop A? Yeah.
All right, let's keep going. Apeirophobia is next. Here we go. What do you guys think?
I like
do you think
it.
Phil likes it or not? Damn it, you said it before I did.
I like it. I think that one turned out nicely.
Definitely. I remember trying to record guitars during a winter break in my parents' tree house, which is like cool because it's a tree house, but also it was the winter, so it had no air condition or heating or element or anything like that. So I think I recorded like maybe 10 seconds of this song before I decided I was going to go back inside the house. So that's what I remember about this
Any
song.
reason why you couldn't just record it in the house to
I
begin
just thought it
with?
would be cool to do it in a tree house. There's no real reason. No.
Okay.
How did you guys feel about the over the bar drum fill that was in there? It was pretty spicy.
Why?
It was just like the longest drum fill ever. It was good. I like it a lot.
I don't even I can't tell if you're joking because
No, I
feel
like it. I am not
played
joking.
dumb shit all over this entire record, and I don't know why Austin let me get away with any of it. But
Right, that's how I feel about the bass parts.
Yeah.
It's just like it's like it felt like you forgot to finish the drum fill, and it like worked.
Let's ask the chat. Do you guys think that Phil and James played stupid shit all over this record? Yes. Why for yes and for no? Let's hear it, guys. Let's hear it.
For me, it was a very self-indulgent writing. For me, at least.
I'm gonna go. They did
I
not play dumb shit. Oh, we're getting a yes. Okay. No.
I will say that the one thing that I remember being like super stubborn about wanting to have, oh my god damn it, Sam! Sam's mushugaing in the
Hello,
chat.
Sam.
I remember one thing I like selfishly wanted to have on the record that I can't remember if you were down with it or not, but I just remember being like, this is gonna happen. I was like, low tune fat snare on all the like bridges.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah.
I like it. I don't think it was ever
other one.
I don't think it was ever like brought by me. I think you just gave it to me and you're like, here's what I'm playing. I like it. Yeah. This is
Yeah.
and I like the like that feel that you put in the bridge of that song was different than on the original, which I think is really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't have much else to say about this song. Anyone have anything to say?
I also
That was
noticed
a sleeper though.
Sleeper?
Yeah, it's a good one.
Oh, I will
Yeah,
say
it's like a sleeper one. I feel like that one always kind of like, I don't even know how to describe it, but I'm always like, oh yeah, that one's like really good, as opposed to like, like the singles or whatever.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh yeah, that one's like also pretty solid.
yeah, thanks.
I like them all.
Yeah.
This is one of
Also,
my favorite.
Saw
ones
is the
that
law.
Phil's added a lot to that I like a lot.
I was gonna say my notes were the over the bar fill and the counterpoint in the bass because I was trying to not write. I don't like when a guitar player like just plays exactly what the guitar, or excuse me, a bass player plays exactly what the guitar is doing, just an octave lower or whatever. So I try to play like more linear most times if it works, because then when you are playing together, it's just like so brutal, and I think it happened on this one.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I think you and I had like a lot of the same. Like
I played off of you on those
challenges.
those syncopated
Is it
parts
just-
in that song. I played off the drums actually, which worked.
Yeah.
It would have been boring like if you didn't do what you did, so I just played with it.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Follow me. I'll take you home, Phil.
Yeah,
Also,
me
We're
home.
into the other together.
I'm
Also-
excited to see you in a week, man. I'm looking forward to it.
look at him, dude.
Kiss me.
Oh.
I'm gonna kiss you right
You
now.
know, you would be like a really good-looking bald man. I can tell.
Well,
Yeah, if you crop your hair off.
It's in my future, anyways.
Yeah,
so
it's
yeah,
on, you're on your way.
receding.
You just need to go full skull it.
Dude, I probably will.
Dude, fuck yeah.
Yes.
Also, why is this the beginning of the song the same pattern as Saw is the Law by Whitechapel?
Ooh. Is that a
Well,
fact?
this probably came out first, the
It
OG
did.
version.
It did.
They ripped
Well,
you
then-
off.
Damn,
Uh-oh.
dude.
All right, when I heard the Saw is the Law, I'm like, oh my god, what's happening? I don't
Gotcha.
know, dude. I don't know. Anyways, all right,
That's funny.
Let's do the weird one next. Here we
Oh,
go.
the weird one.
Archetype. It's a weird one.
Oh, this is my favorite one.
Okay, cool. Here we go.
I like it. It turned out good.
Yeah.
I actually really like that one. I'm with James on it. It's so different and so good.
Oh, never mind. You go ahead. I didn't mean to interrupt.
There's a part in there that's like super broke my brain when I was writing it, where the it's like the ultra chill part where the drums are just playing this groove, and then there's a guitar chords that change, and the way that the pattern of the kick drum worked with the lining up of the chords was broken, and so I'm like really happy with that bass line because it made everything feel correct. Like it was one of those moments where like the bass part actually made everything cohesive. Instead of just playing with the drums or just playing with the guitar, like with playing with both of them, and it like really worked. That was one of my favorite parts on the album.
Yeah. I love that big VHS.
Yeah, you killed that shit.
Yeah, absolutely.
the big VHS.
Also,
synth, Kyle.
the drums felt like very loose in the end, right? Like very unedited, which I liked. It felt like very human, especially in like the hi-hat in the end, like towards the end sections.
Yeah, I feel like that wasn't really. We didn't really do much editing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, maybe odd in that song.
Yeah, it's kind of cool. It has like two sort of distinct movements. I really love the ending of that song. Like, it feels very different than anything else in our catalog. I don't know. And I love that there's like a nice little like acoustic guitar kind of strumming along in the background too. Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
I don't know. That
It's a
one's
totally different vibe.
yeah, it's
That
super
one
cool.
works. It's good.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know why I wrote that song. I don't know what was going on.
That was when you were writing in the treehouse in the summertime.
Oh yeah.
Ooh, yeah.
That's
It
what
sounds
it
like
was.
a warm
was.
treehouse.
100%. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's the heat was on in the treehouse.
That's it, baby. Cool.
I
All
will
right.
say that
Yeah.
I remember that tune, doing all the bump, that like rhythmic figure thing. And I remember I did a lot of variations on those hits just for fun. And I remember doing that modulation, just thinking that it was just gonna be me. And then I remember, like, I think Phil, you sent me one, and
I was like, look, I
like,
ruined your drum
I
part.
was like, listening to it, and then got to the part, and then I was like, oh, the fucking walking bass, do 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 do. I was like, oh shit, pumped me up so good.
It kind of worked, right?
Oh, I do that shit.
I
My
think
God.
Metal Climber had written it like he did when that part came up. He was just like he audibly says out loud, "What?"
Yeah.
Dude,
Oh my god.
yeah, that shit's tight.
The more I listen
sure.
to that specific moment, the more I realize how out of time my couple last notes of it are. So don't listen too closely or you'll start to hate it.
Yeah. Or start to love it more because it's a human being.
God, dude.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
Just grow on
it's so fast. It's only like 5 beats. They're chilling, man.
Yeah.
It can be a
Can't
beat
get
off,
'em all.
you know? You feel me?
All right, let's do fucking Jesus. All right, let's keep moving here, boys. Next track is Quark, which I'm sure a lot of you guys know. We're gonna listen to it anyways. Here we freaking go. Sick. Cool. All right. Well, that's a real old one. That was another one like Psychic Cycles where it was
Hey,
on the
Phil.
first EP.
What's up, dude?
Phil, what do you think about that one, dude?
I thought it was pretty good.
Oh, you like it?
I like it.
You
I also
sick
like the
fuck.
original. You know what? I remember hearing this one with the singer version
Yeah.
and feeling like it was appropriate. Like it felt really good with I think it was a woman
Yeah,
that sang
Alexandra.
on it. It was really good.
Yeah, that was a really good one. Just rips. She's ripped. She's a ripper. I don't know if she sings anymore. Or, I mean, professionally or whatever.
Right. I mean, everybody can sing.
Everyone can sing. Let's just be real. What can we say about that one? We did some string arrangements. Kyle rearranged strings.
Made me bust out my old orchestration textbook for that one.
Yeah.
I remember you sent something over. And it was like, it sounded pretty good, but it was written in like I don't know, we didn't have a very expensive set of string samples to work with, and like the edges of string samples really give away their cheapness. Like the attacks are all wrong.
Yeah.
So we like had to rearrange that and reset the parts for like the classical thing. Like, I don't know. I think it came out really nicely.
Totally.
I
It
didn't
was
know you
just
guys
funny
did
to
that.
be like doing that. Oh yeah, I had like the whole score paper and shit. I was like writing it out by
Oh,
hand.
wow.
It felt
That's
very
so cool.
it felt very silly old school, but it was a lot of fun.
What are the samples? You didn't use like a Spitfire sample
I
pack
think we
or something?
did.
We did, yeah. It has like a limited number of, I don't know, if you want like something to have ultra realism, you're gonna have to spend like thousands on those crazy cinematic packs that have a billion different attacks to choose from.
The dude that mastered this album, Brian, my friend, he showed me a secret to strings and making them sound good. Is you take a sample library, record or program your part, and then play like an act. I mean, you have to learn how to play a violin or whatever. But if you blend in like a real violin, like, and you're not great at it, even it makes it sound really good. Surprisingly
Nice.
great.
That's kind of,
Well, all we needed was a violin. Fuck.
Yeah,
I know.
and somebody to
Only
play.
I still played the damn thing.
Mm-hmm.
James, I like how you added like a little breakdown at the end there. Dun 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 dun. Like you did that little thing at the end there.
Yeah, I mean, that's probably because I was tracking the brand record at the same time, and I was just confused as to why every song I was tracking didn't have a breakdown in it. So I just had to add one.
It worked.
Probably why. I was probably really confused.
You guys don't know James
It's all
played
logic.
on Brand of Sacrifice's Life Force, Life Forms.
I don't know.
You don't know. We don't know what it's called. We're salty about it.
No, it is Life Blood, I think.
Lifeblood, Lifeman. Anyways, yeah, that's right. You were doing that record at the same time as this one. Crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. What else can we say about that one? Oh, I remember asking you to track toms, because the original didn't have those toms like in the bridge section, and we went back and like did those. So I thought that was cool, like a cool addition.
Yeah, I don't remember that. Probably, but
Yeah, I mean,
did you guys play this on the tour that we did together?
Yes.
Is that why I remember this song so much?
Probably.
That's right.
Yeah.
I think you. Okay.
People seem to like this one, and it's also the easiest, most straightforward Outrun song. So maybe that's something to be said there.
Yeah.
Just don't play as much crap. All right, there's something there.
Speaking of crap, this next song features a fretless bass.
Oh yeah, I'll grab it.
Yeah,
Hey, dude.
let's do this
So the
next
whole
track.
song's in tune, right?
Yeah, it fucking better be. I don't know, Phil. Let's check it out. Here we go. Next song, Telencephalon. I love that song, man. Your bass just sings.
Well, thanks.
Yeah, it's like a vocal line to me. Like, it's so memorable.
Fretless is really neat. I was listening to the album Colors from Between the Buried and Me this week, and that's not a fretless on most of it. I think there is some fretless, but he has this tone that's like the bridge pickup of the bass that it's almost like a waveform like grows and then shrinks. So it's like this interesting growl that seemingly only fretless like really does well. So it gives it that sort of like human like vocal quality where you can make your voice sort of swell.
Yeah.
And I don't remember why I picked it up for this, but I think it was like I was listening to it and I'm like, man, this needs like a lot. It needs like a work.
Yeah.
So I felt like it needed a melody, so I just added a melody.
Yep.
And
Totally.
and it ended up turning into like a really interesting counterpoint again between the guitar. So that's one of my favorite parts about that is the guitar has a melody and then the bass is like this. It's like the response to the guitar, and then it starts off like call and response, and then I think one of the third or fourth ones we sort of play together ish, and they're like harmonized.
Yeah, and then sort of like yep. I love it, man. And like the textures of that song, it's like it reminds me of like the Zelda water level, like in Ocarina of Time, like all the synths and like the bell sounds and like just the textures and like the weird. I got weird with the effects on that on the guitar side, which I usually don't get weird with that stuff. But I don't know. I just like what Kyle was sending me over. Just felt like it kind of called for it a little bit.
Totally.
I like that you're playing with like the delay pedal. You mean?
That's right. Yeah, delay pedal and like I don't know. Like a lot of what Kyle put in there too is just. I mean, it just fills up the whole thing. Like it's so lovely. Uh-oh, what happened?
We lost a Phil.
We've got a Canon video timer. Also, is the end, was that like a Tesseract kind of thing at the end? What would you say that rip-off was? Did you rip off anything at the end of that jam? You mean the
breakdown part or whatever?
Yeah.
No, I don't know what I was thinking there. Like, I was just in the original. I don't know.
That's like very classic genty, like clean guitar thing with like heavy rhythms underneath.
You know, I didn't really like Tesseract back in the day, like the way I like them now. So I don't know what that was. I just thought that was like the coolest chord. Like I remember when I wrote that, I thought it was the coolest chord progression I'd ever written because it was so unique to me. And like the whole thing was written around that tapping riff that's in there. Because that was just the song to me. I was like, that's got to be something. And like, here's the main idea. Yeah, that's all I remember. And then I'm thinking maybe that part just came about just because I was like, well, it's so good, I may as well fucking make it metal for 1 second. Yeah.
Obligatory breakdown.
Obligatory, yeah. James, you're gonna say something?
So was that one is that like your birthday? Was that one the beer can numbers? The expiration date on your milk? What were the numbers for that one?
That one's actually a social security number, so like don't.
Oh fuck!
Yeah.
Bro, why you gotta dox me like that? Oh shit! Yeah, the fucking milk I was drinking that morning really set me off. All right, let's keep it rolling,
dude. It's good for the gent.
Definitely.
Yeah,
All right, let's keep it rolling here. Track 9 is next. Diencephalon. Here we fucking go. Pick it back up. Tom Blast beat. Jesus Christ. A lot of cool moments in that song. I don't really. I want to give credit to where credit's due. That song. James, your mic's doing that thing again. There it goes. It's better now.
What in the?
Yeah, so this song was actually written before this band. Part of this song was written before this band was ever a thing by myself and Cody in the band we played in high school. And so Cody had a ton to do with the creation of this song, and actually a lot of those guys in that band had a lot to do with the creation of this song, and they so graciously let us take it into the Outrun the Sunlight world, which was really cool. The original title of it was Harvey Levin, Attorney at Law.
What in the hell?
Yeah, back when you're 16, 17, you just name stuff jokes. And so like that breakdown, that da-da-da-da-da-da, is definitely like a Cody and Austin. Like I think Cody wrote that thing. It's a very us part from way back in the day. So I think that's super, super cool. Man, there's so much cool shit. Like there's that fucking Tom Blast beat. Like
I remember mixing that, and we like soloed the drums for that part for a while and like looped it. We're like, what is going on here?
Well, I'll be honest. The only reason I did that is because I couldn't play what was written. So I was just like, fuck it. We're just going to have to figure this one out, boys.
Yeah.
Sounds about right.
Yeah.
It was like, it was
who
like,
knows what was there?
like kicks. And I was just like, that ain't happening, champ. That's not.
No. But now we have the first ever
You get Tom Blast,
beat.
regular blast.
Never.
And also though, that's not a tom. That wasn't a tom. It's a turned off. It's the side snare just turned off.
Oh, okay. It makes more sense now. Story checks out.
Story tracks. I love it. I mean, it's
So
super,
it's literally just like,
I swear to God, I've never heard that before. I think it's really cool. Like I've never heard any band do that.
well, it's similar to like I think Elliot from Car Bomb does a similar thing, but it's just like
same. That checks.
it's just like it's the side snare and then going to the regular one, so you get the two tonal things. But it was more written out of desperation because I couldn't fucking play what the program
You
codes
know, it's
were.
funny
So I
'cause,
was just like,
Luke does that too. He has like a specific bass drum that he tunes to sort of try and match a kick drum, so he can like try and get away with not playing the kick drum and play it like.
Oh, you mean the floor tom?
He plays the floor tom in addition to it. So, but not like that.
Yeah.
Not where it's just like a consistent 16th run or something. Like he'll play that. Anyways, yeah, I don't know. There's a ton of piano on this track too, which is super cool. Yeah.
I really like the broad chord. Like that was one of my favorite tonal things I was able to get out of it when that joins in with the rest of the band. It's like, I don't know. It's a neat little crunch at the front of these huge chords that are swelling out.
Yes, totally. It's it makes it so chimey and like just so uplifting. Yeah. I love it. What else? There's so much in this track going on. Oh,
Phil, what do you think about it?
Yeah, what do you think about it, Phil?
It.
Oh, nice.
Turned out good. Real nice.
Also, I just want to say that we cut the ending of this song, or I cut the ending of this song. There used to be a breakdown at the end of this song, which was like it was cast from olden days of old. Cody and I's old band, like we played that breakdown, and I don't know, when I was re-recording it, I just like I couldn't get it up for the break. It was too like on the nose metalcore for me, and I was like, this doesn't work anymore. So let's just end the song. So
yeah. Good choice.
Yeah,
honestly,
I
have a question
agree.
for you, Austin.
Sure, yeah.
What do you think about reverse snares?
I love them.
They're all over this song.
Yeah, every fourth measure
there's like 8 in the end, and there's like, and we just go back to it and just listen to the ending.
I remember when you put those in, you were stoked about it.
Yeah, just a whole bunch of them. I don't know. I was just trying production shit on this record that I'd never, like, I'd done it in the past, but I was just like, fuck it, let's do whatever. Let's make it like a thing. Oops.
There's no rules, right? There's no like, it's not like it's not like potions in Pokemon. You got to go back to
definitely
the Pokemon, get more potions. They're infinite reverse snare, dude. You can use those things ad nauseum if you want.
I should figure out a way to do it live too.
James, important question on that same note. Have you been playing any Valorant or shooters at all?
Yeah, I don't. What's a video game, dude?
I remember you told me.
In a minute.
James, yeah, you told me you quit, right?
I didn't quit. I just didn't have any time.
Yeah.
I will say on tour, I've been playing Witcher 3.
Ooh, nice.
Witcher 3 and that's pretty much it, man. Sorry, I'm boring. Witcher 3 and like, yeah, that's it. I'm trash. Also, that game's just so good. I don't need to do anything else. I just need to.
I heard it's amazing. Yeah.
You got to come play Overwatch with us someday.
James and I used to play Valorant together. He's just like way too good for me.
I am so confused about what I just heard. Austin's playing video games now?
Yeah, we play sometimes.
Yeah.
It's
Wait,
fun.
like Austin plays computer games?
He's playing on a PlayStation.
Austin owns a video game console?
It's funny you said that because he was like, I've never played an online game before. This is really fun. I'm like, dude, where have you been for like 20 years?
Holy shit, dude. What the fuck is going on?
He came out to me. He's like, I've never played a multiplayer game before.
It's only
Holy shit. Is he good?
I haven't even had 6 months. Phil, am I good?
Phil, is he good?
Be honest.
He's like high bronze.
High bronze for like.
I'm low silver now, actually.
Like, are you? There you go.
Holy shit! This is fucking wild. I am bewildered by this.
Now you got to play with us, dude.
I love this. There you go. This is just gonna get you back on the games now, dude. Now that you know that I'm there. We should get some like 4 stacks going. Get some. I saw someone in the chat say Left 4 Dead, dude.
Yes,
Left 4 Dead going.
It's a good game.
High bronze, let's go, boys. Yeah, we play Overwatch sometimes. You guys can play with us. Sick. All right.
Wow, man. What a fucking 2023, dude. The year of Austin playing video games. What the fuck, dude?
He made it.
Austin does one thing. Like, I remember one year for whatever reason I was in Chicago for the Super Bowl. And I made Austin watch the Super Bowl with me. And it was a great time because Austin just didn't know what the fuck was going on, dude. It was just like,
oh yeah.
Oh, it was so good. It was so good.
Warms my heart to hear those stories. All right, while you mull over that I play video games now, let's do this next track. Philo Taxis. I would say this might be the heaviest track on the record, so let's do it.
Nice little shower at the end.
Nice little golden shower at the end.
Is that
Cool.
is that
You gotta
Phil
cool
peeing?
off.
What?
Is it what? Eh?
Is that Phil peeing at the end?
Yeah, it is.
There's
Yeah.
a big fat
You
pee.
recorded it like it's like a choir of him peeing. I just recorded it like I don't know, maybe 15 or 16 different iterations and panned it like across the stereo spectrum. So
Do you record Phil peeing with a large diaphragm diaphragm condenser or a small diaphragm condenser?
I actually do with ribbon mics.
Oh,
Wow, yeah.
yeah, sir, you do. Oh yeah, he's gonna be ribbon, all right.
Oh yeah, it's definitely stereo ribbon mics up in this. Oh, on this, get this bowl mic'd up nice and bright, and then you gotta get the PA splash shield up in front of the microphone. You gotta use a pop filter. Gotta use a pop filter. Can't get the mic dirty. So
Is that the
If it
best
was in a
song on
toilet,
the album?
would it be a poop filter,
dude,
not
I
a
don't
pop
know.
filter?
Is that the best song on the album?
I like Tosca, I think, but that's after listening to that just now, I'm like, man, that kind of rules.
It goes so fucking hard, dude.
I think Max
learn
had
this one.
a good quote about it.
What is
He
it?
said, I love how much this track has never given a single shit about what anyone else thinks.
Dude, I mean, so I think this track is kind of interesting, the story or whatever, how it came to be, because there was an original version of this in the Return of Inertia that was great and all, and then we did the re-release, and we got this guy Joey Verretta, who his brother plays guitar in the Faceless, right? Or Vampire Squid. Do you know what I'm talking about, James?
Are you talking about the guy from Interloper?
Yes, him. Yeah, so his brother. We asked him to do vocals on this track in the vocal version of the record. And he not only did vocals, he did a bunch of synths. He was like, hey, I just did this stuff. I think it was pretty cool. What do you think? And it, like, to me, it like transformed the song into something that was like even better than, it was way better than I had originally written it, I thought. And then when we did this version, obviously it's no vocalist, but I used a lot of his synth and his melodies that he had made that I had not originally written, that I think were like so pivotal in making this track fucking awesome. Especially at the end, like the end part where it gets really heavy and it's like halftime. That guitar line is essentially a mimic of his vocal line that he had written on that original one, which I think is just really, really cool. So shout out to Joey for writing such awesome stuff on this song. I think it's what makes it so awesome, and aside from the fact that we were able to play this, especially that breakdown in the beginning. I don't even know what that was, or at this point I can't.
It's like
count,
not in time.
I don't count it. I just feel it. Like at this point, and I can feel it. Like I can actually play it, but it's like not worth counting.
Like digga 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 that part.
Yeah.
And then the way it's like cut and paste is like uneven, or it feels uneven.
Yeah. Austin, I feel like you say that about like anything that is related to your music. You know, I count it. I just fucking feel it, man. Just fucking count it.
Yeah. It's about feeling, right?
It's about feeling it, bro.
Thank God I've got good drummers around me.
I do remember that foot pattern for that one being annoying to learn, because it's like it lands on the left foot every other time.
Oh, okay. Jeez.
Yeah, because it's uneven, right? Because it's four beats in that phrase. Wow. So when it's on the off beat, you're on the left foot, like riding that for a bit.
Wow. Yeah. We'll talk about the synth thing, because that was also like originally like a solo section for a guitar solo that we were just like, I was like thinking of bringing the guitar player back. It was the guy who plays in Pliny's band now, Jake. But I just like, it didn't like work out, and like the synth this is so much better, honestly. Like it's so much better.
Bullshit thing. It was the same thing. It was in the same session as the other one where I was just like, I had been trying really hard to get something more melodic happening. It's like, it's not gonna happen. I just need to do a lot of weird programming, and then it's gonna work out better if I feel like I'm fighting a synthesizer that I can't predict. And that did kind of work out better.
Yeah, totally.
Like,
did you win?
I guess it like eventually sounded good. I lost a whole lot of times, and those all got deleted.
It's all right, dude.
Yeah.
Yes.
Sounds tight.
Yeah, Metal Climber Jake played on this track originally. He did a solo. I think it's in the first version of the record. It's the guitar solo that sounds wildly different than any other guitar solo, because there's no way any of us could have played it. I mean, we're on the last track right now. Should we do it? Should we wrap this up?
Sure.
Let's fucking do it.
Yeah, I gotta go to bed.
It's been real.
All right, it's been real. Tosca, here we go.
You ended a song.
Finally.
Was that original one just fade out?
No, it was actually the piano at the end.
All right.
Yeah. Yeah. What do we say about that one?
Phil likes it.
I like that one. I like this whole, honestly, like I said it before we started listening, I think this is my new favorite Outrun album, which says a lot because I really, really, really like Terrapin.
Yeah.
I mean, I like them all, but like Terrapin has it's like a sweet spot for me because like it would like hit me at the perfect moment of me being interested in this genre, and I listen to it a lot. And for the band to have another piece that rivals it is a big deal, especially because I'm on it. Like, is even more like honorable for me. It like feels good.
Oh yeah, I'm honored to have you on it, man. Yeah, I'm honored to have all three of you on it. It's quite a thing, and yeah, it's such a cool full circle moment for me personally, because yeah, just everything from what it represents in terms of our ability to produce ourselves, and the fact that my mother's artwork was on the original and this one in these two different forms. My brother played on it, and James, you played on it. I've known you for almost as long as the band has been around, and then to have like all this since have this new life breathed into it. It's so cool for me to hear these songs this way. Yeah, it's awesome. It feels like these songs are getting like a new life, a second chance. It's awesome. Yeah.
Agree.
Yeah.
It's a ton of fun to work on.
Yeah.
Let's do another album.
Let's fucking do it.
Let's
We're gonna do it. Yeah, I don't know. Without saying, I mean, I don't know what to say about that particular song. I know the beginning was. I remember being obsessed with this guy Ganesh Rao, who I ended up becoming friends with. He was a composer. He did a song called Empyrean that I thought was really cool. That first part was really inspired by him. I feel like there's a lot of different like mashed up inspirations happening in this track. I could hear a little bit of like early structures happening. At the end there's like definitely some of that Cult of Luna influence coming out in the low synth bass stuff with the EBO. Yeah, I had for some reason forgotten how long that middle break was. Like I kind of was like, it was like kind of nice to have such a long break. I don't know. Some of our music can just be such an onslaught, and yeah, I don't know. It's like really relieving to have that in there. Yeah. Does anyone else have anything to say about this record? Any questions from you guys in the chat? If you guys have anything, we're going to end the stream soon, but if you guys type a question and that you'd really like us to answer, we'll do it. If you do it, in the next couple minutes. But, yeah, I don't know.
I'm stoked on this one. It's
Yeah, me
heavy.
too.
The heaviest thing that the band's done, I think.
Definitely. Yeah, we got merch. You saw me pulling out the vinyl. The vinyl is here. It looks amazing. I'm so sorry we don't have Canadian distribution. I would love that. I'll work on that. I'm working on distribution for Europe and United Kingdom too for merch, because we just have vinyl out there. Do you think it's something you'd want to see more of yourselves or for other bands? What specifically?
I actually was wondering
The
something
redoing
along
the
those
record
lines.
thing.
Oh,
Yeah. I mean, I think it's cool. I think this one was, I remember telling Austin, I said, if we're going to do this, it needs to be like very good sounding, which is actually one of the reasons I think I told you to not mix it as like, shouldn't be like a fun side practice thing. Like, you already have this material released. We weren't super pumped on the quality of the production. Like, if you're going to redo it, it needs to be really good.
yeah.
And I think you achieved it, right?
Yeah, Max is calling it like the original, given like how ridiculously raw the original was. Like, I wouldn't even call the original raw. I would call it, we put a pre-production out as an album. Like we didn't give it this like the form in which a band would present it, which is fine. Like, it did its job. It just felt like I don't know. It was just asking this like what if question. And I guess I could see that being cool for more bands that like maybe wanted to bring a new life to the production of their records that like maybe didn't get the opportunity to. For for whatever reason.
People get married to their albums that they like, so any little change I think is upsetting to a lot of people.
I will say that I agree. Like, I don't know if people are gonna like this record more just because it sounds better. You know, like that's not really, like, I can't expect that to happen, because I think we do, like, we get nostalgic about stuff because of how it sounds, not because it sounds good or bad. You know, like, it was just how it hit us. I don't know.
Like, the original Being Begins hits in a certain way that's not necessarily like correct in terms of like production, but like it feels a certain way still, right?
Yeah.
The new one also feels great, but in a completely like more appropriate, like for music listening way. I don't know. I don't know how to put it other than that. It just feels. I mean, it has an aesthetic.
I think that Outrun the Sunlight as a band in, when was this, 2011 this record came out originally?
Yeah.
Like 20. Yeah, like as like a body of work then, it was more, I mean, it's the OG's still like an interesting listen, because that was like, I mean, fucking, that was like the peak of like everyone discovering that they could like make music on a laptop with like a shitty, you know, Line 6 pod and GarageBand to call out Austin exclusively, because I'm pretty sure that was it, right? That was GarageBand exactly and a pod, right?
Yeah.
And like, and I think that's like a good time capsule for like, you know, the band, and I think it's more redoing it and making it like a full band with like what you know now, and then it just makes it like the not as a negative thing, but I think that the original has way more like synthetic presentation than like this does. You know what I mean? Because it was literally you and everything else was a computer, right?
Yeah, so exactly.
I think it doesn't really make sense for, you know, like a ton of bands to like redo like, you know, past records, unless it kind of, I still feel like these songs still kind of fit like the mission statement of like the band, you know, like they're not like any less relevant. It's just like, you know, it's a little jarring if you were to put on the last record and then put on,
which I think a lot of people are going to do,
the OG Return to Inertia. You're like, oh my, which is like, God damn, this thing sounds like butt, you know, or like, you know, like, so I think it's more just a testament of like how consistent the writing is it's like, it's not that the songs were ever bad. It's just, we didn't know what the fuck we were doing.
Yeah, totally.
You were 18 or whatever, you know, like, so I think it's just kind of cool. And then you like, you know, relearn how you like approach things, and that
was what
it
I
can always be like a positive for
how
like
ambitious of a guitar player I was back then versus now. Like, really ambitious, and I was like, man, I was really good back then. Like, damn, you know, like I had all kinds of shit to say that I don't have to say it anymore, you know, which I think is really interesting. I feel like I got better at guitar, like learning how to play this record.
It's hard. This is a very difficult stuff.
Metal Climber wanted to know, like, I think we go around and answer this. Which song do you think was the most fun to revisit or went the easiest? What was the most fun and the easiest? Dude, I think Philo-Taxis for me was probably the most fun to play, to like re-record. That like heavy track 10. Just because there's like so many, like, I don't know, just all the heavy moments in the riffing, and just feeling like the power of that track just was super, super fun to kind of like harness. And I feel like that one came out pretty easy for me.
Yeah, Max kind of echoed what I was feeling, because I felt like Quark was pretty easy, but Being Begins also even easier, but I don't really count that one. Being Begins for bass is like one note.
Yeah, Kyle.
And then
oh yeah,
what's the telencephalon? I think is like, for me that was the most satisfying, because for years I played fretless and I played upright bass, and I hadn't had an opportunity to like incorporate a fretless sound into anything we've done for years. So that was like really satisfying to do fretless.
Tosca was probably like the easiest, just because that ending section, like it was immediately apparent what to do with it, and I just got lucky too. Like a bunch of the first sound design things I tried just worked, and so I'm like, oh yeah, okay, cool. So that one's just done. Whereas a lot of the rest of them were like just lots and lots and lots of repetitious, like try something and it fails.
James, easiest, funnest.
There's that one that I only play for like 30 seconds, so that would be the easiest,
oh,
right?
Yeah, telencephalon.
Yeah, that's a walk in the park.
Hey,
I think any of the I know this is kind of a bullshit answer, but I think any of the songs in which I was able to kind of like take like your programmed part and kind of make it more of like a humanized thing, I kind of like just enjoyed that. Like a lot of the more like subdued parts, a lot of the like cleaner section stuff was more satisfying to. Oh damn, you got a ad coming on right now. Got a Twitch break ad.
Aww. Well, you're not subscribed to the channel.
Well, I'm just like on Twitch. Oh, it's not for everybody. It's just for me. Well, they're showing Black Panther, but anyways, it was worth it, dude.
Yeah, anything that was.
I'm just on.
Max, no, he's not subbed.
I'm on like the archetype. Was still like the most fun because
archetype.
That was like the most Outrun the Sunlight drum setup that it has ever existed. Like that shit was all ride cymbals and like 2 snare drums and like just goofy stuff. Like I was just like, fuck it, dude. We're gonna ride this baby out.
Fuck yeah, dude.
And that was really fun.
I remember you being really excited about that one actually. So that was cool.
Yeah, it's just like, yeah.
Well, man, I think that about does it. For people still watching, let's
get the record.
Get the record.
Pre-save it. I actually just pre-saved it because that's actually helpful.
You haven't pre-saved it, man. We're just trash.
It's weird that they like that helps you so much, right?
It throws.
Explain how it works.
It just like it incentivizes Spotify to playlist you is what it does.
Yeah.
They look at that data before the record comes out to see like what's trending essentially. That's all it is. So
make it trend, guys.
It's just to help make it trend. That's all you're doing really. It's a free thing. It doesn't yeah. Especially if a Spotify account. So get the record, get the merch. There's hoodies and shirts, and we got some awesome designs and CDs, of course, for the people that still like CDs, which is a surprising amount of you still want CDs. And that's why I keep pressing them. I almost wasn't going to press a CD for this one, and I swear to God, you guys convinced me to do it.
I also ordered the long sleeve shirt because it looks awesome.
Hell yeah.
Just saying.
The long sleeve is sick as fuck.
The Saturn one? Oh, man, I could sucker for Saturn.
I'm always saying that about
what's your favorite planet, Phil?
I think I'm into Saturn.
You are into Saturn. You're into Saturn, dude.
Weirdly, it's Neptune.
Who is online right now? Should we raid somebody? Jonathan Ong. Should we raid him? He's in Red Handed Denial, I think, right? No, he's not.
My Twitch handle is at James Plays Drums, I think, but I haven't signed on in like a hot minute.
Yeah.
You used to stream, dude. I missed that.
Yeah, I know. I've been on tour for like 5 months of the past 7 months.
Go see James on tour. James, you want to drop your tour dates for the chat? Maybe some of these guys
will. Sure. I mean, so I'm on tour right now with this band called Seder. They're pretty tight. They're like prog metal shit. We're doing a tour with Fall of Troy right now, actually. And Portrayal of Guilt. So we play Orlando tomorrow, Atlanta the day after that, and then Nashville, St. Louis, Minneapolis, Milwaukee, and then we play the great city of Chicago on the 20th. But it's like West Chicago. I don't.
Yeah, it's West Chicago.
Yep.
We're playing
Think it's
audio.
I think
City.
Max
It's
is going
kinda
to come
far.
see you tomorrow, probably.
Oh hell yeah, dude! In Orlando.
Max is rad. You guys have a good time.
Dude,
We're playing
put Max
at Beecham is where we're playing.
James, put him on your list.
Yeah, dude. Shoot me on Instagram. I'll pull you on my guest list. I've got spots, so that'd be tight.
Cool.
But yeah,
Max, I'll message you after this. We'll hook it up. Cool. Thank you guys so freaking much for hanging out with us tonight. The album is gonna be premiering on Where Post Rock Dwells tomorrow at 2 p.m. Central, so it'll be on YouTube tomorrow, and then it's out
Nice
Friday.
little Valentine's gift.
Nice little Valentine's gift. You can listen to it on your date with yourself or with your dog. Oh, we never even said hi to Misha.
yo, where's the dog, dude? Fuck.
Yeah.
We never even said hi to Misha, dude.
Oh my god, look at that fucking dog. I'm gonna cuddle the shit out of that dog, dude. You don't even know. Oh my god, look how fucking cute that dog is. Look at that. Did you knit that hoodie yourself, Austin?
No, I didn't knit it.
Oh,
I don't know how to something I don't know how to do. Oh, sorry, I turned the sound effects off. Should I turn them back on?
Yeah, you gotta turn them on, dude. What are you
Sorry.
kidding me?
Give me some Mishas, guys.
Look
Anyways,
at this shirt she's wearing.
I know. It's just it's too much. It's just too much. Anyways,
Damn.
get the album for Misha, get the album for us. We're gonna raid Bogus Forehead. Who's a fun guy. And yeah. All right, everyone.
Cool.
We're out. We'll see you next time. Peace.